The first time I saw her, she was lying on my bed, pressing phone, her shoes on the mattress. And just like that, I knew my first year in uni was going to be stressful. My name is Tolani. I'm quiet. I don't like drama. I mind my business. When I got into Uniben, I begged my mom to pay for the hostel inside school, not because I liked sharing space, but because off-campus was too expensive. They gave me a room in Block B. I had never lived with anyone before, but I told myself, people manage worse. You cope. That first day, I entered the room with my big box and a carton of Indomie. I met this girl, light-skinned, wig on her head, fake lashes, long pink nails. She didn't even look up when I greeted. She just said, "Oh, you're my roommate." I said yes. She said, "You can take the top bunk." I already cleaned the bottom. I didn't argue. I carried my box and climbed up. My spirit was not okay, but I kept quiet. By the third day, I already knew who I was living with. Her name was Zara. She was loud. The type that would play music at 6 a.m. while doing makeup. Her friends would come and gist till midnight, shouting like they were in a bar. She never washed her plates. Never cleaned the room. She'd wear my slippers without asking, take my sugar, and still call me too quiet. I started sleeping in the library sometimes. Just to breathe. One Saturday morning, Nipah took light and Zara was in a mood. She shouted, "Oh, this country is cursed. I cannot suffer like this, oh. I'll just marry and leave." Then she turned to me and said, "Tola, don't you want soft life? Or you want to be struggling forever?" I said nothing. I was sweeping. She laughed and said, "See this one, I'm sure you'll marry a mechanic." I almost cried. But I still didn't talk. Until that night. She came back around 11 p.m., smelling of perfume and smoke. She turned on the light, woke me up, and started talking on the phone like I wasn't even there. I climbed down and turned off the light. She shouted, "Are you mad?" Something in me snapped. I said, "I'm not mad. But you don't respect yourself. Or me." She laughed, like I was joking. I wasn't. That night, we argued till 1 a.m. We said a lot of things. I said she was rude, childish, and dirty. She said I was boring, judgmental, and poor. I slept in the common room that night. We didn't talk for 2 weeks. I would enter, take my notes, go to class, come back, lie down, sleep, repeat. No hello. No eye contact. Then one day, I returned early from class. She didn't hear me come in. She was sitting on her bed, looking at a photo on her phone and crying. I almost turned back. But something told me to pause. "Zara," I said. She wiped her face fast. "What? Are you okay?" She didn't answer immediately. Then she said, "My mom is sick." I stayed quiet. She's been on dialysis for 2 years. My dad left. My auntie is the one paying my school fees. I don't even know how long I'll stay here. I didn't know what to say. For a while, both of us just sat in silence. From that day, we started talking again. Slowly. She still had her annoying habits, but I noticed something. Every loud laugh was hiding something. Every flashy dress, every selfie, was her own way of escaping her own problems. And maybe my quietness was my own escape too. Now in 300 level. She started greeting me. Asking for help with book and allowing us cook together. In our second semester, Zara's mom passed away. The news of her mom's death left Zara in shock. She refused to eat my food or talk to anyone for days. She just stared at her phone for hours. Few weeks later, she changed. She stopped going to class. Started hanging out with happening babes and older guys who came to pick her up in flashy cars. She'd come back smelling of alcohol and smoke. I'd wake up and see her sitting on the floor, holding her mom's photo, just staring. Sometimes she would sleep out. Drank alcohol every day and cried herself to bed. I wanted to mind my business, but it was hard to sleep when someone is breaking inside the same room. Each time I tried to lecture her about the dangers of following of Yahoo boys and older men, she would shout at me and tell me not to interfere in her life. I tried many times because I can't just watch a friend slowly lose her life. One night, Zara was packing her bags to leave the hostel to God knows where. I asked her where she was going. She didn't answer at first. I asked again. She said she was leaving the room. I knew things would get worse if I allowed her leave the room that night. I begged her to just give me a chance to help her because she was in danger. She sat on the floor, tears rolled down her cheeks. She told me she knew what she was doing wasn't right, but she couldn't stop. I didn't say much. I just held her hand and consoled her. After that, I started inviting her to fellowship. She didn't come at first. But one Sunday morning, when I was about to leave, she stood up quietly and followed me. She didn't sing. She didn't pray. She just stood. But that was a start. Things started getting better. She stopped following older men, some of the friends she had when all that happened left her. One of the friends who was close to her was murdered by a man she went out with. We managed to save up money and packed into a new lodge. We did everything together, prayed together, ate together and read together. And somehow, we made it. We passed our final year exams. Life started to feel lighter, like all the pain we'd carried didn't win after all. Now, Zara is married to a calm, wealthy man who truly loves her. She has a good job, 2 beautiful kids, and peace, real peace. As for me, I got a scholarship to study and work in the US. Far from home, but we still call each other often, still laugh about the old days. We didn't plan this life, but we are grateful for how it turned out. Sometimes, healing doesn't look like a big moment. Sometimes, it looks like 2 girls choosing to keep going together.